Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys, peep game. All right, I debated long and hard about doing this video because, at the end of the day, this person is a controversial figure, but at the end of the day, he's trended, he's made his mark, he's, raising some eyebrows as well as having people saluting and clapping because people feel like one way or another he represents something. People still are curious about what his angle is, but whenever you mention this dude's name, he is the topic of a lot of different conversations. Some people like him, some people are on the fence with him, and then there are people that hate him. Mostly the people that hate him happen to uh, be of a different gender. But I want to talk about Kevin Samuels. I decided to make this video because I noticed that he is the topic of, he seemed to be on a lot of people's mind, you know. So I wanted to give my honest opinion of him, what I think, and I'm going to just keep it 100. Some people ain't going to like what I have to say, but at the end of the day, I wouldn't be me if I say, strictly said something because I'm worried about people's feelings. But I'm going to give my own perspective and my own input on Kevin Samuels. Now, Kevin Samuels, wait a minute. Yeah, excuse me. I had to make a quick phone call. I first heard of Kevin Samuels around late November, early December, when a video went viral of a woman that called his show, and she basically was talking about expectations and what she wanting a man. And basically what happened was Kevin Samuels asked her some questions, and he sort of like read her, and he asked her some questions about her. So in the grand scheme of things, a lot of women got mad. But here go the funny thing. Kevin Samuels' numbers are amazing. Every time this dude does a live stream, because I'm gonna get down to the nitty gritty and why some people are attacking him. I'm gonna get to the men. I'm gonna get to the women as well. But whenever he does a stream, this is a dude that gets like instantly he has like 15, 16, 17,000 people watching him on this, and then his videos get like 200, 300, 400,000 hits. Not to mention he has a lot of subscribers. He's pushing 1 million subscribers. He will probably hit the 1 million subscriber mark probably by the end of the year. But the thing is with him, a lot of people, I guess, don't like his tone. To a certain degree, he's a straight shooter. So some people wonder, well, can he be looked upon as an alpha male because of the way he stands up for himself? But they've always been this thing, this double standard. Women sometimes, and I'm not saying all, and I'm telling black women who follow my channel, don't get overly emotional. Okay? Relax. At the end of the day, he feel like he doing a service to people. A lot of black women call his show. And a lot of black women have praised him as well as those who hate him, saying he's giving them some good advice to where they became better girlfriends, wives, or fiancés. And he gave them a better understanding of how to, you know, have like, what's the word I'm looking for? Kind of like gave you a option of how to be a better spouse, understanding the person you with, your significant other, you know. Where, like I said, you have some that hate him. You already know the main ones that hate him, you know, the divisive G's and the other people. And then you have a couple of cornball Negroes that try to hate on them too, calling them Kitten Samuels and all that kind of stuff, which I think that's very unnecessary. Like I say, the guy's a straight shooter. But there is this thing where some black women specifically have this thing where you can say basically nothing to them, but they can talk to you and disrespect you however much they want, but you're not supposed to respond because they want to play that, well, I'm a woman and nah, doesn't work that way. Like I said before, I give out what you send towards my way. If you respect me, I will respect you. You disrespect me, I will read your ass and I will give you the business, and I will not spare no verbal punches. Not physical punches. Okay? Verbal punches. Okay? You push me, I will push back. But you had a lot of Captain Saber hoes that want to make videos attacking this dude because they trying to get clicks and all that kind of stuff. You know, the basic clout chasing. Then you have some that applaud him. Me, myself, I've listened to his videos. Do I feel like he can be a little more nicer, to say the least? Yeah, probably so. But that's his niche. And for people that say, well, he only talked to black women like that. Now, I've seen quite a few of his videos where he's ethered black men and did them the same way. So I think this stuff about he's anti-black woman is nonsense. It's propaganda. Okay, I'm just keeping it 100. But like I said, there is this thing with black women that I see. Not all. I'm not putting all black women, in one box. But I have seen this pattern with some black women that, like I said, you're not supposed to say nothing to them. Now keep in mind, you had a lot of black women that was mad at that brother that owned the restaurant in Dallas, where basically he had to check some women that he told to stop disrespecting his restaurant and this stop twerking. You know, the video where he said, "Hey, if you can't respect my business, you can get the fuck out." So you had a lot of black women getting on some got on YouTube, some got on Instagram, some got on Twitter saying, "Oh, he's canceled because he didn't have to talk to them like that. He disrespected them." Well, here's the thing: how many times did he tell them to sit their black asses down? So stop playing victim. I seen the video. He asked him at least 2 times, "Hey, stop twerking in my restaurant." And then you had people trying to say, "Oh, well, it was the music he was like I say, I ain't trying to hear that shit. You can save that. Ain't nothing wrong with bopping your head. Like I say, you don't have to break out into the full-fledged, you got served, Uncle Luke, pop that P, skit for real, or dance number. So just stop it." He had every right to talk to them like that because they didn't respect him, asking him cordially and nicely, "Hey, please, don't do that. Don't do that." So they disregarded him. But nobody wants to talk about that. How are you supposed to talk to somebody if you ask them in a respectable manner, "Hey, ladies, please don't do that. Don't." And they kept doing it. So for any woman that had a problem with how you talk to them, so you need to look at your black ass. Something is wrong with you. He could say whatever the hell he want to say after the the second warning, and I would have told him the same thing. I came at you in a respectful manner. "Hey, ladies, would you please not do that?" They disregarded that. Nobody wants to talk about how they disregarded and was disrespecting him by not obliging. and honoring what he asked them to do. So I'm not finna sit up there and say they was wrong just because they're women. No, they were wrong. But nobody wants to talk about that. And that's what you call black women playing the victim. They were not victims. They got what was coming to them. They disrespected him. They disregarded what he said. And that's why he went off on them. And I applauded him for that. And if it was the other way around, that's the same thing. If a black woman owned a restaurant and she asked some black dudes, however they was disrespecting her restaurant, if she asked them nicely twice not to do that, and then she said, you know what, you guys get the fuck out of here. Get out of here. I'm not finna be mad at her. And I'm not finna say she disrespected them as black men. Because sometimes you have a lot of sisters that try to play that card too. You're not exempt from being talked to. So don't try that gender shit. But yeah, getting back to Kevin Samuels. A lot of people have went after him. You know, people have tried to dig up dirt on him from saying he's the go-to move. You already know what the go-to move. Oh, he's gay and all that kind of stuff. Oh, he's a deadbeat father. He don't do this. Ain't worked. Haven't worked. Made him even more popular. But yeah, I needed to say this because I don't want to spend too much time talking about Kevin Samuels. I don't have no problem with Kevin Samuels. Like I said, he just a straight shooter. And I don't really think he's malicious, and I don't think he's anti-black woman. That's just how he talks. Because nobody has said nothing about how he's came at the brothers that call his show. I mean, you could listen to other people that's anti Kevin Samuel all you want. But is it working for you? And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna just keep it 100. A lot of these women that are attacking Kevin Samuels, like Divisive G, a couple of other people that have attacked him on his approach, they're just jealous of the dude, and that's all because the man is doing major numbers. He's doing very well, and that's all it come down to is just good old fashioned green-eyed monster jealousy. But why don't you call the show if you have a problem with how he talks to people? But let me ask you this. Has Kevin Samuels preferred to black women as trash? I'm just keeping it 100. Has he ever made videos referring to black women as trash? Like some women make video referring to black men as trash. Do you know how offensive that is? I mean, you just have people, some of these black men hate channels just not inadvertently, they just blatantly practice white supremacy. Need to be said, man. Like I told you, Town Biz ain't worried about nobody. And then the dudes that come after him, just a bunch of lame ass Captain Saberhole niggas that's trying to build their channel by trying to be Ralph Tresvant, the man with sensitivity. Look, like I said before, I love my black queens. I really do. They know it, you know, just like I love my black kings because we are kings and queens. We just don't realize the power we have if we work together as one. So I got love for the sisters and love for the brothers. But, Kevin Samuels has his own lane, you know, and I'm just keeping it 100. I don't think he's divisive. I don't, like I said, he just a straight shooter. That's just how it is. But what I don't understand, how can you have a problem with how Kevin Samuels talks to people, but you don't have a problem with how other people talk to people and talk about people? Like I said, a lot of y'all are hypocrites, and like I said, a lot of y'all just jealous of the dude. And there's always this thing too that a lot of people try to pull. Like if you say, "Hey man, I don't have no problem with Kevin Samuels," really, oh, you're just sucking up to him and all that kind of stuff. But I'm supposed to attack him in behind you, but you constantly attacking me as a black man. Okay, get out of here. But yeah, I just wanted to put that out there. I don't have a problem with Kevin Samuels. Now I'm not subscribed to his channel, but every once in a while, I'll check him out. Here's the thing. He, as well as people criticize him, he says some stuff that can help you. Sometimes you have to take the bits and pieces and use that to your advantage. Like I said, I don't believe in talking to people like that unless I have to, but he has his lane, and like I said, I think a lot of people see him as a threat one way or another. Some women look at him as an alpha male, and I'm gonna tell you, there are a lot of women, and particularly black women, that don't like the alpha black male. They like the Billy Porters of the world and other guys, wimpy brothers. So don't be fooled by that. That's all I got to say. Thank you for listening. It's your boy Town Biz. I'm out.